Welcome back to e-learning session of GS College of Commerce, Wardha. So this lecture is for the BCom 5th Sem for the subject Indian Economy. So as far as the subject is concerned, we have completed our 2 units of this subject. Today we are going to start with our 3rd unit, that is population and unemployment. See, in our previous lectures as well, I've told you that India is a developing economy and every developing economy faces some major challenges. So when we talk about the major challenges for the Indian economy, so population, the rapidly increasing population and the rapidly increasing rate of unemployment in the country are the two major challenges before Indian economy. So in this unit we are going to discuss about this challenges. So first chapter under this unit is India's population. Under this chapter we are going to see the size of India's population, the features or the characteristics of India's population, then the causes of increasing population in the India, the consequences of increasing population on the economic development, then the remedies to reduce the population or to check or the control the population in India, and the population policy. So these are the contents that we are going to see under this chapter. So today we will start with the India's population size and its feature. So if I ask you about the population of any country, so what is the first thing that comes to your mind? The first thing that comes to our mind is population means the people living in a particular area, living in a particular nation, living in a particular region, right? So population or the human population means the people living in a country. So when we talk about the population, so it is the human resource of a nation. Human population is a human resource for a nation. It is a major contributor to the growth and the development of the economy. If the population is productive and efficient, so it can lead to the growth and the development of the nation. On the other hand, if the population is unproductive and inefficient, so it creates hurdle in the growth and the development of the nation. And the Professor Harrison says the population or the human resource constitutes ultimate basis for the wealth of a nation. What does he say? He says human resource or the population constitutes ultimate basis for the wealth of nation. So why does he say so? See, he says it because when we talk about the human population, so it plays the role of active agent in every area. It plays the role of active agent refers to that from generation of idea till the implementation of idea. In every area, human resource plays very important role in production of goods and services, in consumption of goods and services, in investment of the resources, in investment of particular resources or the allocation of particular resources, the human resource plays very crucial role. So in every sphere, in every area, human population plays very active role, and therefore the human resource or the human population of any nation is major contributor to economic and the social development of the nation. Now if we talk about the India's population, so as we all know, India is the second largest populated countries in the world In year 2011, according to the census of year 2011, it has the population of 121.02 crores. And if we talk about the recent data given by UN, so it is estimated that India's population is going to be around 138 crores in year 2020. And India is again going to be the second largest populated country in the world, and it is also estimated that in coming years the India will surpass China in terms of population and will become the most populated country in the world. So it was about the size of Indian population. Now we will see the feature of India's population. So first feature over here is second largest populated country. See, when we talk about India, so it is a developing nation and it has the position of second largest populated country in the world today, with the population of around 138 crore people. And in coming years it is also estimated that it will surpass the China in terms of population. So in further lectures we will see the reasons why India is the second largest populated country in the world. But as far as the feature is concerned, about feature of India's population is concerned, so India has the position of second largest populated country in the world. The next one is unfavorable land main ratio. See, land main ratio comprises of two most important elements, that is land and man. So when we talk about the land area of India in the world, so India has the share of 2.4% in total land area of the world. And when we talk about the man, so as I've told you, right now as I've told you, the India's population is around 139 crore. It is estimated to be 139 crore in year 2020 by UN. So this comprises 17.7% of total world's population. How much does it comprise? It comprises 17.7% of total world population. So when we have only 2.4% of land area, 2.4% of land area in the world, and our population is 17.7% of total world population, so definitely there is going to be huge gap between the land and man. So therefore there is unfavorable land main ratio in India. The next one is high birth and low death rate. See, Indian population is characterized by high birth rate and low death rate. Means in India the number of people, the number of births are increasing rapidly, but as compared to the birth rate, the number of death rates are declining. Number of death rates are declining. Okay, so if we talk about the numbers, so according to the census of year 2011, birth rate in India was 20.97 per thousand. Okay, and if we talk about the recent scenario, that is in year 2019 and 20, so now we have the birth rate of 18.2 per thousand population. So even though it has declined as compared to earlier period, still the rate of decline or the rate of reduction is not too remarkable, it's negligible. So therefore we have the high birth rate in India and the low death rate. When we talk about the death rate, so due to improvement in medical facilities, due to improvement in standard of living of people due to the various facilities to control the major pandemics like uh, cholera, swine flu, chickenpox, malaria, etc. The death rates in the India has been declined. Okay, so in 2011, the death rates in India used to be 7.48 per thousand, and in year 2019-20, it has declined further and has become 7.3 per thousand population. So in India, the death rates are low and the birth rates are high, which is also one of the reasons for increasing population. The next one is unfavorable sex ratio. When we talk about the sex ratio, so what is sex ratio? Sex ratio means the ratio between the male and the female. So when we talk about the India sex ratio, so it shows a remarkable gap. If we see, according to the census of 2011, so there was only 914 females per thousand males. The situation has improved with the span of time, and in year 2019-20, the sex ratio has improved and it has become 924 females per thousand males. But still, there is gap between the number of females and the number of males. Means the sex ratio in India is still showing a huge gap between the number of females and the number of males in the country. The next one is higher density of population. When we talk about the density of population, so what is basically the density of population? See, density of population means the number of people living in the area of per square kilometer. So, as the population of a particular country increases, so with the increasing population, the density of population also increases. Means the pressure increased on the available resources. See, when we talk about the land, so land is a natural resource. It is a gift of God. It cannot be expanded, it cannot be created, it cannot be increased, right? But when we talk about the population, so it is increasing at very rapid rate in India, and due to which it is putting pressure on the existing resource, that is land, and due to which there is high density of population in India. So in year 2011, the density of population of India was 382 per square kilometer. Means there used to be 382 people living in per square kilometer, but now the density of population has increased further, and in year 2019-20 it has become 416 people per square kilometer. So due to increasing population, there is high density of population in India. Moving towards the next point, high rural population. See, when we talk about the population of the country, so still there are many people in India who are living in the rural areas, and since decades the population of rural areas are more than the population of urban areas in India. There are many people who are still dependent for their livelihood on agricultural sector. They are still dependent on the small and the cottage industries situated in the rural areas for their livelihood. So when we talk about the population, and especially the percentage of people living in the rural area and the people living in the urban area, so since decade it has been noted that there is high rural population in India. If we talk about the recent scenario, so there is only 35% people who are living in urban areas, and the remaining 65% population are still living in rural areas in India. So therefore in India there is high rural population. The next one is increasing life expectancy. See, as I have told you, due to improving standard of living, due to improvement in healthcare facilities, due to the introduction of new techniques in the field of medical, new techniques in the fields of science and technology, and the improved standard living of people, the life expectancy rate in India, life expectancy rate of among the population is increasing. What is basically the life expectancy rate? When we talk about the life expectancy rate, so it is the number of years up to which a person can live. So earlier it used to be low due to the high death rates, due to non-availability of the proper Medicare facilities, proper healthcare facilities, very poor standard of living, death rate used to be high. So therefore the life expectancy rate used to be low. But nowadays, due to the availability of many medical facilities, improvement in the standard of living, availability of various healthcare facilities, the life expectancy rate among the Indian population has also increased. According to the census of 2011, it was 66.8 years, but now it has improved further, and in year 2019-20 it is estimated at 69.7 years. Then the next one is decreasing infant mortality rate. What is infant mortality? What is mean by infant? Infant means the child between the age of 0 to 1 years. 0 to 1 years. So in India, there is decreasing infant mortality rate. When we talk about the infant mortality rate, so it indicates the number of deaths of infants per 1000 live births. So with the help of good pre and the post maternal care, the infant mortality rate has also declined in India. In year 2011, it was 47 per 1000, but with the span of time and due to improvement in pre and post maternal care, now this rate has also declined to a very huge extent, and in year 2019-20 it is 28.3 per live birth. So there is decreasing infant mortality rate in India. So these are the various features of India's population that we have discussed in this lecture. In our next lecture, we will see the causes of increasing population in India. Till then, keep studying, stay safe, stay tuned. Thank you.